Hello everyone, this is Nimish and today we're going to speak about the most expensive movie ever to be made in India with a budget of 1000 crores, Randamoozham. This movie stars the one and only complete actor Mohanlal, who basically is the legend of Malayalam cinema, and this movie is based on a book titled Randamoozham, which was written by M.T. Vasudevan Nair, which was then translated into English as The Second Turn. So why was this book not called Mahabharata? And that's exactly what I want to begin this video with, as to kind of taking a moment in understanding what Randamoozham is all about and how it's different, rather than actually just jumping to the movie project, which we'll then speak about in a bit. Now, I'm not here to give you extreme details about the book, neither am I here to spoil the movie for you or give spoilers. I respect the amount of money they put in, the effort that they're going to put into this movie. So I'm just going to explain in very short and simple terms what Randamoozham is. For those of you who are interested in a much more detailed understanding, I have attached a link below where you'll get a complete review and summary of the book, and how it's different from the Mahabharata. So for those of you reading that article, the last part of the article, which describes the characters and gives a summary, is very much the most relevant part of the article, so you can definitely go and check that out, but that would have spoilers, so I'm just alerting you before you go to that article. For those of you who are not interested in spoilers, the summary of Randamoozham is that it is the tale of Mahabharata narrated from Bhim's perspective, who is the second Pandava, as we all know. It is narrated from his perspective, and it is a highly emotional character study of Bhim. It is the study of human relationships, human nature, and all the events of the Mahabharata through his perspective. He is the first person in the novel, and we see how he gets affected by all the events, which is something that is not covered in the original Mahabharata to that extent, because in the original Mahabharata, as we all know it, I'm sure we've all have, many of us have not actually read the whole book, but from the idea we have of Mahabharata, Bhim is very much a downplayed character and a kind of overlooked character, because all we know about Bhim from the original Mahabharata is that he's very strong and he fights very well and he eats a lot, and then we just don't know much about him. We just know that he's extremely powerful on the battlefield, extremely strong, and that he's the second Pandava, and we know of course something about his background details, but we really don't know much about his inner turmoil and emotions to the extent at which it is actually written in Randamoozham. So in this book, and of course the movie is based again on this book, so in this book we get to see Mahabharata from Bhim's perspective, and how he has this emotional turmoil going on in his head, because his turn is always the second turn, whether it comes to leading, whether it comes to romance, whether it comes to various aspects of life, including his relationship with his mother, his relationship with Draupadi, his relationship with his brothers. He is the second guy, and his turmoil in his head ranges from a variety of things, including the fact that he's the strongest, he protects everyone, he's so giving, but doesn't get the rewards in return. He doesn't get the respect, the attention, and everything that he wants in return. And so it basically detailed study of the emotional turmoil of Bhim. Having understood that, let's now move on to the project Randamoozham, the movie Mahabharata 1000 crore movie, which we all are very excited about. Now, this Malayalam literature novel originated, of course, in Kerala, and the script writer is the author of the book, M.T. Vasudevan Nair, who's also known as MTV, which I find very funny. But anyway, in a couple of articles I was like, oh, MTV, what MTV? So he is referred to as MTV, and that's the short form that I'm going to use. So MTV wanted and demanded that this movie has to be made with Mohanlal. So for all those of you who are wondering why Mohanlal, from where did he come in this 1000 crore mega Indian project, there are a couple of things we all need to understand. First of all, this is a Malayalam novel. It's from Kerala. Secondly, it's written, of course, by a Keralite who's also writing the script of this movie, and that the writer demanded his favorite for the role, who is Mohanlal. And of course it's a very justified decision, not only for him being from the region and liking and admiring Mohanlal and writing the script with Mohanlal in mind, but also for those who are well versed with Mohanlal's acting and his talent. We all know that he can do that role extremely well, and there's no one else who can beat him at that role, considering the story and the kind of short narration that I just gave you about a character that is in a heavy emotional turmoil. And it's not just a traditional Bhim, which is why everyone is recommending Prabhas and is being like, bro, Prabhas should play it. He's so strong, he's Bahubali, and he can just be the perfect Bhim. But it's not just that Bhim. It's a lot more. It's a lot more emotions attached to it. It's a lot more tragic, so to say. It's a lot more darker and realistic. And I'm not giving away too many details. I will definitely speak about how the story is in a while. But this is the character, and so for those of us who are aware of his performances, of Mohanlal's performances and his talent, and for those of us who are aware of all the industries. Now, I'm someone who watches movies from every industry: Telugu, Tamil, Kannada, Malayalam, Hindi, Marathi, Bengali. I even watch, of course, international movies from all over the world. And so I'm well versed with all the current actors that are there. And I, after this announcement, can't imagine who else could have played Bhim, understanding the character and understanding his talent. And so I would love to know at this point who you guys think is a better Bhim or some alternate Bhim if Mohanlal didn't exist. Let's say he didn't exist as an actor. Who do you think would be able to play this role? Please drop in your comments. I would love to know, because I'm actually very blank right now. It's because understanding the character of Bhim that is portrayed in the book, it's very difficult to understand who else could have played this character. So for those of us who don't know Mohanlal so much and who have not seen his work, definitely I would recommend watching some of his movies and understanding how natural he is, how amazing he is, and how really he's the only one who could do this role. And definitely, since it's coming from Kerala originally, this whole project, of course, it's funded by B.R. Shetty, who is a Tulu, who's from Karnataka, and he's from, of course, UAE, but originally it's from Malayalam. The whole kind of Kerala, that's where it's born, that's where the seeds are sown of this project, and then it's expanding to all territories possible, and it's a national project, of course, but that's where it comes from. And so we need to understand why he's there in the project and why he's the best role and why the people behind it think he is the best for this role. Now, moving on, some facts about this movie. We know that this movie is being made in 6 languages. It's being shot in 6 languages: English, Hindi, Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, and Malayalam. What that means is not dubbing. It's not like a Bahubali, which is dubbed in Hindi, Tamil, and other languages, but is shot only in Telugu. It is going to be shot in every language. So one scene 6 different times in 6 different languages. That's what the director said. And additionally, it will be dubbed in all other regional languages of India and of the world. And so it's a very, very ambitious project. It's a very, very extensive project, and the director and the makers plan to involve a lot of other people from all the industries so that it becomes a pan-India film. It becomes an Indian film which combines everyone from every industry and makes us enjoy it even more. So that is also why the budget is so high. It's not just high for a style or for the sake of being high, or not only for the technical aspect of the movie which seeks to achieve Oscar levels. It is also high because it involves 6-7 different industries. It's an all-India kind of project. And so normally when we make movies, like Bahubali is a Telugu movie with 450 crore budget. So imagine 6 different industries. 1,000 crores is really not much to make a movie of that scale. And so that's why the budget is so high. And that's what the intention is, to make it in 6 different languages with actors from every industry. Now, getting into the most controversial aspect as to what the casting is, who's playing whom. There are so many rumors, and I'm going to tell you what the current update is. Maybe sometime from now, everything that I say right now is going to be invalid, but currently the scenario is such that Amitabh Bachchan, spokesman, said that he is in no way associated with the project. Maybe he will be, but currently he is not. The director himself said that Mammootty, who is another very big superstar and legend of the Malayalam film industry, has not been approached for this movie. And why so is mainly because they need actors who can give them a 2-year commitment. And they need the most perfect cast for this movie. They need that dedication. They need that perfect casting. And so the casting is being done by a Hollywood agency right now, because the script has character descriptions for every character. So the script actually describes every character in detail and gives the casting agency a good idea of what they are looking for. And of course, along with the Indian team that's involved, they are going to try to get the best cast, and they want an actor who can give them 2 years. So as for those of you who are wondering if Mammootty will be part of the project, the director would love that, but he has not approached Mammootty yet. One more star the director is definitely considering is Prithvi Raj, who I think everyone knows because he's a pan-India actor who was recently also seen in Naam Shabana. So Prithvi Raj is definitely a very important choice, and if things work out, the director has said that he would love to have Prithvi Raj on board, not only because he's an amazing actor and he's from the Malayalam film industry, but also because he's a pan-India actor, and everyone knows him. He's a known face, he's a big superstar, and his contribution and his presence will make the movie even better. Other than this, the only two other actors the director has himself named is that for the role of Krishna. The director said in an interview that currently the kind of considerations are either Mahesh Babu, who's from the Telugu film industry, or Hrithik Roshan, who's, of course, we all know him. So Mahesh Babu and Hrithik Roshan are apparently considered right now for the role of Krishna. So there's no Amir Khan involved in this, although we would all love to see Amir Khan as Krishna. And we don't know what the future developments are, but these are the two names that the director himself took, not via some random news article, but he actually said it in the radio interview. So these are the two people who might be considered for Krishna. So definitely leave your votes as to who you would like to see. If you ask me, I think it really depends on what version of Krishna they portray. The version of Krishna portrayed in Randamoozham, that's a very tough name to keep saying, Randamoozham. The version of Krishna they portrayed in the book is actually a little different from the original Mahabharata. The author in the original book has taken away the divinity, the godliness, and it's not Lord Krishna as such, it's just kind of a human figure. And so that whole kind of positive, godly, divine nature of Lord Krishna, who is a god of the Hindu religion, is kind of not existing, and he has a very different character in the book Randamoozham. And so it really depends on whether they will actually stick to that, which is going to be very difficult because it's an Indian and a global film, and to be accepted and to go through the censorship stages and all of that, it's going to be a little difficult. So I'm not sure which version they are going to pick for Krishna, but nevertheless, if they are going to pick the original Krishna version, then I think my choice would be Mahesh Babu, because I think he has that perfect little smile on his face, he has a twinkle in his eyes, he has that look of mischief, he has that look of good shrewd planning, he has everything that you would want. And if you're aware with his work, you'll know that he has a perfect look to easily play that Krishna. However, if they try to give a different angle to Krishna and to try to work on his character in a ways that we've never imagined before, then I think Hrithik Roshan would be an ideal choice, because he can actually fit into various characters. And I'm saying Hrithik Roshan because these are the two choices the director has made. Given an open choice, I would definitely pick Amir Khan, not only because he's expressed his interest in playing Krishna in a Mahabharata, but also because I think he can do it either way, and he can do anything. And so we would love to see him with Mohanlal and other actors in this movie. So my pick would be Amir Khan, but well, definitely let me know what you guys think. And as per based on the director's current announcement or current interview, he said it's going to be either Mahesh Babu or Hrithik, most probably, or that's just the kind of speculation. We don't know anything. So we need every actor that's been considered to give 2 years of their lives to this project, and those 2 years are 2018 and 19, which is really right now. So these actors, their dates are booked and there's so much confusion. It's going to be very difficult, but we'll know with time. And I'm just having this discussion for the sake of it, just for fun, based on what the current news is. I will definitely keep updating as we get to know more and more about this. For the other characters, nothing has been finalized. Names have been flying all over from social media. And I know that all of you who might watch this video will have your own suggestions as to who should play Yudhishthir, who should play Draupadi, who should play Kunti, who should play Bhishma. There are so many characters, Arjun, of course, who should play Arjun. But all these characters, before you kind of suggest here in these comment section or on your social media, I just want to make this video mainly because we should take a moment to think about what this movie might actually be about. And it's actually, as I said, about the emotional turmoil of Bhim, and a lot of the other changes have been made to characters of the Mahabharata to suit the storytelling of the author. Correct, not correct, right, wrong, I no idea. I'm not a scholar on Mahabharata, neither am I a scholar on Randamoozham or any other book that has been written, although I have read a couple like Jaya by Devdutt Patnaik, which also gives an alternate presentation of the Mahabharata and its characters. So there are many books, there are many perspectives. You can read as many books as you want, but we don't know what they're going to present in the movie, how they're going to balance the different characters presented in Randamoozham the book, which is going to be very difficult for the censor board to kind of approve, and there might be a lot of chaos if they do that. And so I think that they are going to definitely balance it with the general version of Mahabharata and present it in that way. The director has also said that they're going to possibly make the finest ever war sequence in history of world cinema, and that's why a lot of expenditure is being made and a lot of research is being made on how to get the best teams and how to kind of make this movie so that it finally gets a well-deserved Oscar for India through all its performances and its technicalities. And so all I can say right now is that let's hope for the best. Let's wait for more and more information to come through. I'm sure that we all who have actually know a lot about Randamoozham, and many more of you who know about it through this video and through the article that I have attached below, will kind of be skeptical as to how they are going to present all those facts. And therefore I personally think they are definitely going to bridge the gap between the original Mahabharata and Randamoozham and make a more acceptable piece, because otherwise it might fall into a lot of trouble. But let's hope for the best. Let's see who the amazing actors are that might come on board. Of course, we all have our own wish lists. I for one definitely wish Mammootty, Kamal Hassan, Amir Khan, all these people should be there in the movie. Legends of Indian cinema should be there in this movie to make it amazing and outstanding. But yet again, it is not the traditional Mahabharata. It is something different. It is from Bhim's perspective. It is a character study. It is a highly emotional tale, and it has the events of the Mahabharata. So keeping that in mind, we can expect not so many superstars together in one movie. We can expect a more character driven tale and character driven actors to come and join the cast. Nevertheless, it'll be very exciting to see what happens in this 1000 crore project over the next 2-3 years. Like, comment, share this video if you liked it and if you found it informative. As I kept saying throughout this video, comment if you have anything to say about the movie, about the characters, about who your ideal star cast is. Again, if you haven't subscribed yet, do subscribe to my channel and keep watching for much more. Take care.